Tonight, a nail-biting start in the harbour before the Sydney to Hobart fleet sails towards a race record.
I'm Patrick Galloway on Sydney Harbour. Coming up later, all the latest on the great race, the Sydney to Hobart.
Remembering the pop music megastar George Michael. The race to bag a bargain. Retailers ring up billions in sales as Sydney siders hit the shops. And Australia on top.
Yeah, he's out!
But wet weather forces an early end to day one. Good evening, Jeremy Fernandez with ABC News. Near perfect conditions and a line honours record are tipped to fall, but not everything went to plan as the Sydney to Hobart yacht race got underway. The crew of the line honours favourite, Wild Oats 11, had a horrible start, while the Supermaxi CQS came perilously close to capsizing. Patrick Galloway has more.
There they go, they're away in the 2016 Sydney Hobart.
They say the great race always throws up surprises. Today's dash to the heads lived up to the billing.
Go, 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 go. Go, go, go. Watch out, Josh! I can't see, mate.
An uncharacteristically poor start from race record holder Wild Oats saw her outmanoeuvred by Anthony Bell's Supermaxi Perpetual Loyal.
He's the main. He's the main. Let's go, let's go, 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 go. Main on, main on. Let's go, let's go. Main on, good work, guys.
The race almost ended early for the crew of revolutionary CQS.
She's almost capsizing. I mean, this is this radical boat. It looks as though she's in all sorts of trouble.
Loyal led the fleet out of the harbour. As Wild Oats tried to make up ground, she came rather too close to the fourth Supermaxi in the fleet, Scallywag.
Well, here's
Catastrophe was avoided. The leaders tracked south, but Scallywag struggled to set her spinnaker.
No, they've got a problem, Scallywag.
No! Throw it up again!
The day itself started far more peacefully. Sailors were putting the final touches on boats in what for many was the end of a year-long preparation.
Today, you know, it's just the little things like throwing water on the boat and making sure that the food's prepped properly, that the sails are packed properly, especially the spinnakers.
The final weather briefing of the week filled the record chasers with confidence. The time to beat stands at 1 day, 18 hours and 23 minutes.
Then you add in a couple of knots of current, there's plenty of opportunity for these 100-footers to go faster than the race record.
With a strong northeasterly almost a given, race strategy started to play out in skippers' minds.
Sailing downwind in 25 to 30 knots is as difficult as sailing upwind into a 25 to 30 knot southerly in terms of breaking things and things going wrong. So, I think it's going to be a great race.
What do you rate your chances?
Look, it's decent. Otherwise, I won't be on the race.
Despite favourable conditions, sailing at night is still a serious challenge. Just what the great race has in store before dawn is anybody's guess.
And Patrick Galloway joins us now from the Cruising Yacht Club of Australia. Pat, what a dramatic start. Who's leading the fleet tonight?
What a day it's been, Jeremy. I can tell you that Wild Oats, holding the line honours record holder, has assumed the lead. It did so a little less than an hour ago outside of Nowra. It assumed the lead from Anthony Bell's Perpetual Loyal. However, there's only 1 nautical mile between them, so very early days in terms of this year's 72nd Sydney to Hobart, but a fascinating battle is looming down the south coast as darkness falls.
And Pat, smashing conditions today. What conditions will the boats face over the next couple of days?
That's the big question, Jeremy. We're expecting a southerly to hit the fleet at some stage early tomorrow morning, and just how strong that southerly is may well determine a lot of things. Anthony Bell's Perpetual Loyal is a little bit further offshore than Wild Oats, who, as I mentioned, has assumed that race lead, and that may play to their advantage as the boats track towards the Tasman Sea and eventually cross Bass Strait. But certainly the race record for this year's Sydney to Hobart is very much under threat. The boat's already well clear of that mark set by Wild Oats in 2012. But an exciting evening ahead with Wild Oats now the Sydney to Hobart race leader.
Patrick Galloway reporting from the Cruising Yacht Club of Australia. Now, almost